Hi guys, going to have a horror DVD review today. This is of the 2012 VHS. Now this is a film I've been wanting to watch for quite a while. I've been really looking forward to it. I've read some good things about it and a couple of bad things about it, but I genuinely was really looking forward to watching this film. After watching it, I'd say it was a good film, but it didn't quite live up to my expectations. It's about a group of kind of criminals that have been given the strange task of breaking into an old house and stealing a VHS tape, which sounds fairly straightforward, but when they get there, there's a dead man in a couch in front of a load of televisions, and there's loads of VHS tapes. So obviously they start to watch through the tapes, and you kind of see it as if you're watching it, but you know what I mean? You watch the tapes as they do. So it leaves that group and then switches to this other story. I think there's 4 segments, I believe. I can't remember. And each of them, some of them work, and some of them I think were pretty. One or two of them I didn't like, and a couple that I think were really effective and pretty cool and quite scary. So I'm going to talk about each segment individually as well. So the first one follows a group of lads that are going on a lads' night out, and they pick up some girls, and stuff goes down basically, and it was quite a shocking, unexpected kind of story, and the ending, that was one of my favourite segments, particularly the ending was pretty damn cool, and it's all found footage, every segment is found footage, and it leads you to believe that obviously each of these segments have been brought to this house and put on VHS tape for whatever reason, and they're all from different eras and times. Well, not eras, some are from times, decades, some are from the 90s and some are more modern, and stuff like that. And this is probably one of my favourite segments, if not my favourite. I'd say the last segment was my favourite. Then, between the segments, the crew are kind of investigating the house and looking for the tapes, and there's weird stuff going on. People are disappearing, and the old man on the couch, I noticed sometimes he wasn't there when it cut back to the people in the house, and it was pretty strange. I mean, the group themselves, they're pretty bad people, the criminals, and the film starts off with them attacking some woman and taking the clothes off and stuff like that. So there is a lot of nudity in the film as well, a lot of nudity, graphic. You see full frontal nudity, that's both male and female, and there's just a lot of naked people throughout the film, which is pretty awkward to watch at some points, but whatever. There's an extended scene where a man's completely naked. That's in the first segment. There's also full frontal female nudity in that first segment as well. So yeah, that's quite a graphic segment. The second segment is... which is the second segment, do you remember?
I can't think now. They all just seem like one.
Yeah, I'll talk about the one, 4 friends go camping in, not camping, sorry, they go in on a road trip, and they stop off in some, they stop off in some forest, and the girl tells them that they're all going to die. This is part of their group, tells them they're all going to die. And with the recording, every now and again, it cuts to people dead, there's a naked guy floating in the river, or some girl with her head cracked open, and then suddenly start getting attacked by some glitchy, pixelated person, massacring them one by one. And I did not like that segment at all. I think it was just weird and out of place. I didn't like it at all. I remember the second one actually. It was called The Second Honeymoon. It was directed by Ty West, which really interested me because I think he's a good director. He did House of the Devil, to name one, The Innkeepers, and yeah, so he did the segment, which is the second one, called The Second Honeymoon, and it's about a couple who are going on a road trip and stopping off in motels and stuff like that. And suddenly someone starts recording them at night, so it's a pretty cool one. It's not my favourite, I didn't really enjoy it. There's a really brutal ending which really shocked me, but it wasn't my favourite segment at all. Then, to think of another one, any other segments? The last one was my absolute favourite, and it's a group of lads that go into they think it's going to be a Halloween costume party. When they get to the part of the house, there's just nobody there, and it's really creepy. Things start moving, and they start seeing people, but they think it's still a joke until they get up into the attic. One thing I did notice is that the house is the same house that they used to film Paranormal Entity 2 or Gacy House, which was crazy. To see the same house, because I watched the film last week, which is really weird. It was the exact same house, the same furniture and everything, which is weird. Overall, I think the film worked pretty well. There were some really good scares in there, but it wasn't too scary. I mean, I've been seeing people say it's the scariest film they've seen, but for me, that wasn't the case at all. There's a couple of jumps in there and a couple of really, really cool violence and awesome gore, but overall, I'm giving the film a 7 out of 10. I did enjoy it, I wasn't bored. It's quite long, I think 1 hour 40 something minutes, and overall it was a good watch, and it's definitely worth watching. And rating
6.
so 7 and 6 out of 10. Sorry, yeah, so it's definitely worth watching. That's my review of the 2012 VHS. So definitely check that out, and make sure you let me know what you think as well. So thank you.